Good day, learners! This is Mary Santro C. Pansoy, a third-year BSED English student of Negros Oriental State University Shatin Campus. Welcome to Ed 301, the Teacher and the School Curriculum class. For today's video, I am going to discuss about evaluation models under Unit 3. Prior to our discussion today, let me present the learning objectives. K. Identify and explain the key features and purposes of various curriculum evaluation models by making an essay. S. Demonstrate understanding of the four major evaluation models through a group presentation that compares their key features using a visual aid. And A. Show appreciation of curriculum evaluation models by sharing insights on their value in teaching and learning. Now, to begin with, let us first discuss what is evaluation. So, the term evaluation generally applies to the process of making a value judgment. In education, the term evaluation is used in reference to operations associated with curricula, programs, interventions, methods of teaching, and organizational factors. Curriculum evaluation establishes specific strengths and weaknesses of a curriculum and its implementation, critical information for strategic changes and policy decisions, inputs needed for improved learning and teaching, and indicators for monitoring. Now, to address different purposes of evaluation, educators and curriculum experts have developed various evaluation models that provide structured approaches to assess curriculum quality and effectiveness. And today, we will discuss the major models, each with its own focus and methodology. First, let us discuss the objective-centered model. So what is objective-centered model? Alright, this model is developed by Ralph Taylor, and it is a curriculum evaluation model that focuses on determining the extent to which a curriculum's stated objectives are being met through its learning experiences. It emphasizes a linear objective-based approach, ensuring alignment between objectives, learning experiences, and outcomes. So there are four key principles of the model. So first we have defining objectives. So in defining objectives, this is where we clearly specify what students should know, understand, and be able to do after completing the curriculum. Second, selecting learning experiences. So in selecting learning experiences, this is where we identify activities and content that will help students achieve the defined objectives. Third, organizing learning experiences. So in organizing learning experiences, this is where we structure the learning experiences in a logical and effective sequence. Fourth, evaluating outcomes. So in evaluating outcomes, this is where we assess whether the objectives have been achieved through appropriate assessment methods. Now here, we can see how the model follows a linear process because each step directly flows from the previous one. Objectives guide the choice of learning experiences, which are then organized and finally evaluated. So this step-by-step sequence ensures consistency and alignment throughout the curriculum. Next, we have CIPP model. Now, what is CIPP model? So the CIPP model is a comprehensive framework for program evaluation focusing on context, input, process, and product. Developed by Daniel Stoffel Beam, it aims to guide evaluations for continuous improvement rather than judgment. So the model assesses needs, resources, implementation, and outcomes to provide valuable insights for program enhancement. Okay, so let us discuss the context evaluation. So, context evaluation helps to assess the needs and opportunities within a defined context or environment. Next, input evaluation. The purpose of this type of evaluation is to provide information for determining the resources used to meet the goals of the program. This is intended for evaluators to provide information that could help decision makers in selecting procedures and resources for designing or choosing appropriate methods and materials. Next, we have process evaluation. So the main task of this element is to monitor the processes, both to ensure that the means are actually implemented and to make the necessary modifications. So it serves in implementing as it makes sure that the program is going as intended, identifies defects or strengths in the procedures. Then, next, we have the product evaluation. So product evaluation includes the outcomes of the school. So the focus of the product is not only on the students' achievement of grades, but also the skills, the attitudes, the knowledge, learning, and abilities they attain, which the student is going to use in life to benefit society. Next, we have stakes, countenance, or congruence contingency model. It is developed by Robert Stake, and it is a qualitative approach to program evaluation that prioritizes understanding the perspectives and experiences of stakeholders. So the model involves gathering data through observation, interviews, and document analysis to understand the program's context, culture, and the needs of those involved. So we have here three components: the antecedents, transactions, and outcomes. We also have here the important terms. When we say countenance, this word means appearance or face in education. It refers to how different people see or judge the curriculum. It shows that evaluation is about perspectives, what teachers, students, parents, and others observe or feel about the curriculum. When we say congruence, this is the degree of match or the fit or alignment between the intended outcomes or what the program planned or promised to achieve and the actual outcomes. And when we say contingency, this is identifying the conditions and processes that explains the outcome. So it looks at the antecedents or the inputs, the preparation or the context, and the transactions or the processes and interactions that shape the outcome. So next, we have the TABA model. So what is TABA model? So Helda Taba's model is a 7-step inductive grassroots approach to curriculum development where teachers are central to creating a student-centered curriculum by diagnosing needs, formulating objectives, selecting and organizing content and experiences, and evaluating outcomes. So the 7 steps of TABA's model: first step, diagnosing learner needs. So, in diagnosing learner needs, this is where teachers identify what students require and expect. Second step, formulating objectives. So, this is based on the diagnosed needs. Specific learning objectives are set to guide the curriculum. Third step, selecting content. So, in selecting content, this is where the knowledge and information to be taught are chosen, ensuring it is relevant, significant, and aligns with students' needs and social realities. Fourth step, we have organizing content. So the selected content is arranged in a logical sequence to be taught effectively. Next step, selecting learning experiences. So teachers choose and design specific educational activities and methods to help students achieve the objectives. And sixth steps, we have organizing learning activities. So these experiences are then structured and put into practice in the classroom. And last step, we have evaluating outcomes. So the curriculum's effectiveness is assessed to determine student achievement. So those are the 4 major models of curriculum evaluation. Models like Tyler's, Stoffel-Beam's, TABA's, and Stakes provide valuable frameworks for assessing and improving educational programs. Together, they highlight the importance of aligning objectives, processes, and outcomes while considering both measurable results and stakeholders' perspectives to ensure meaningful and effective learning. So that's all for today. I hope you enjoy and continue learning. Thank you!